Hello, I'm Sean Hoddy and welcome to another edition of our Community Lockdown Kids Aikido martial arts sessions. Now, as we all know, the English government have relaxed some of our lockdown requirements, and a part of that is we're able to offer outside classes. So we can open these classes up to anyone who wishes to attend. These will be free, and these will be held on a Tuesday evening and a Saturday morning, starting from the 6th of April. So if anyone wants to come along, please just message me via Facebook, email me via our website. Now these videos, they're being placed on Facebook, so if you like what we do, love and like, share. They're also going onto our YouTube page, so if you like what we do, subscribe to our YouTube page and click for notifications. So as we do the Japanese martial art, we start right, and we get very excited. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sit, church, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sit, church. Hips going, ich, ni, san, shi, rock, sit, church, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sit, church. Legs apart, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sit, church, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sit, church. Circles, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sit, church, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sit, church. To the side, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sit, church, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sit, church. Legs, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sit, church, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sit, church. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sit, church, ni, san, shi, rock, sit, church. Do our waist, keep our head still. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sit, church, ni, san, shi, rock, sit, church. Fingers, thumbs, little shake. You can stretch the joints. Koto Gash, Koto Gash, Koto Mawashi, Koto Mawashi, Koto Haneri, Koto Haneri. The shoulders. Arms. Make sure you don't knock any furniture over or your lights if you're doing this indoors. And stretch. So try and make yourself tall, and down, and stretch again, and down, and stretch. So right foot in front of left, heel down. Support your weight on your knee, and you should feel this pulling your calf muscle and Achilles tendon. So we change the other foot and we stretch. Good. Hamstrings, so from here, toe up, go for the sole of the foot, just stretch, hold it, and now we change. And the other side, sole of the foot, stretch and hold it. Shoulders, so we come across the body, this is higher than the elbow joint, down the centre, the other hand down the centre, and stretch here. Then from here we look down, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sit, hutch, turn, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sit, hutch, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sit, hutch. So as in all our videos, we're going to practice Unsuku and Tandoku Undo. So Unsuku is foot movements. So we start neutral posture, nice tidy gi to start with, or dogi, tidy up the dogi, and then from here we move forward with our left foot. So I'll come forward slightly, just make sure I've got enough room. So from here, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hutch, then we go sideways. Back to neutral, we move sideways, so left again. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hutch. And then from here, we move to each corner of the cross. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hutch. Then we get into Tandoku Undo. So Tandoku Undo, hand and foot movements. And again, these are big movements that start with the left side. So from here, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hutch, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hutch, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hutch, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hutch, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hutch, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hutch, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hutch, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hutch, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hutch, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hutch. Finishing Tegatana, same shape as a katana, so hand sword. We do our exercises, so shotai. So from here, using our hips, pushing. So using this hip to push, opposite postures. So my right hand, my left foot's leading. Then we change the other side. And again, we're not pushing with the shoulders, using the hips. And we do this with an exercise with someone replicating the same position as us, and we'll be pushing, driving from that back leg as well. And then we change again. Another exercise. Got someone's face there, so focusing. So from here, we just practice fitting in for Shamati. We can change it, go like origami. So from here, practice. So we're not smashing, we're just coming through, getting the hips to move. Hips move with the arms. Hips move with the arms. So it's all together. As my feet land, my hands making contact. Then we can practice moving. So we're sliding. Practicing how to Sugiyashi slide with our opponent, and they're doing exactly the same position as us. Then when you get better at this, you can move around the dojo, you can speed it up and slow it down, and then get faster. It's just so you maintain that mawai, which is distance all the time. So very quickly, we go through the Jo Kata again. 4-foot staff, used as a striking weapon, blocking weapon, whatever we want to do with it. As I stated before, also in our system of Aikido, Tamiki Aikido, also known as Shotokan Aikido. Slight difference, but Both come from the teachings of Kenji Tamiki. We use this as a yari, which is a spear. But for these purposes, or these purposes in this video, we're going to use this as a jo. So, when we hold a jo, we'll be in left posture, comfortably. This would come up, and we'd use the weapon. So, you have to imagine, there's a bit missing, but you have to imagine it's all there. So from here I come up. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hutch, ku, ju, ju ich, ju ni, ju san, ju shi, ju go, ju rock, ju sich, ju hutch, ju ku, ni ju ich. So that is a 21 Jo kata. So we run through that Jo kata again. So ich, ni, strike, san, shi, go, turn over, rock, sich, coming off lion, hutch, striking behind, ku, ju, turn over, ju ich, ju ni, ju san, ju shi, ju go, ju rock, ju sich, ju hutch, ju ku, ni ju ich. Then we went through our Tachito Tattoo, which is our weapons kata, using the katana, or in our case, a bokken or bokdo. So when we hold the bokken, right hand is on the skull, right near the tsuba. Left hand holds the skull, which is the handle, and there's just a little bit of flesh off the end. Hold the sword as though we're holding eggs so that we can move. And when we finish our cuts, this is when we tighten up, so it's like wringing a towel out at the end of the cut. When we hold the sword, the kasaki tip is at chudan level, that's mid-level, so we're not in the air, we're not down low, so this is pointing towards the upper chest or the neck. So we're moving around. When we walk into a dojo, or walk on the mat with our sword, it's relaxed, so it's passive. To make it active, thumb comes onto the guard, come out to here, we're in our kasaki, or in our chudan position with the kasaki pointing to the chest, and when we finish, we move forward. So, up, 1, 2, to there, and when we finish, 1, 2, back down, then we right. So we've been doing 8 techniques. So first technique, Ayuchi-men. So from here, straight cut, they're doing a straight cut. So we cut down the centre. It's a bit of a do or die technique, so what we're aiming to do is be a little bit quicker than our opponent, and that deflects their blade away. Oh, there, so we're cutting. So Ayuchi-men, Hadari-men, so from here, cut. So Hadari-men, come forward with the right foot, So from here, cut. Then we do Migi Men. So Migi Men, we're coming with our left foot this time. So from here, left side. Change our feet. Bring it back in line. Do it once more. Then from here, I'll change because I don't need to. So now we do a ski. So they're going to cut, straight cut. We're going to move forward. 1, 2. Then you come back very slowly. Back to the starting position. So we do that again. I'll show the two options. First one, I'll show a bit of cut to the wrist. The other one, thrust, move forward, control, and then just slowly move back. Within the Shoshinkan schools, this is done slightly different. They will turn the sword over. Again, no right way or wrong way, just a different application of the similar technique. Next technique is Do. So the Do cut, we're taking out the arterial system. So what your opponent's doing, they're doing quite a long kendo type cut. And what I'm doing, I'm coming up, tip under the armpit, move round, face them. So, key point to remember is it comes from above the head. We're not slicing. We're coming above the head, that gets to the centre line, so the tip's at the centre line, wringing the tail out, going through. And your partner will be going through because they'll be committing that attack, be hitting the armpit and going through. So we both go by each other because I'm coming off line. So from here, cut, move. So do it once more. So from here as they come in, and then we go forward, moving. Moving round, we're facing each other, back to the centre point, we go out, and then they practice Koti Nuki Koti. So Koti Nuki Koti is a wrist cut. So the attacker, what they will do, they will come off line and cut through the wrist. So you can imagine they're going to cut through my wrist here, but they'll be cutting in right posture, right the way through. As they cut, all I do is come up, cut. So I'll take their wrist. So I'm not trying to block it away, I'm just there, cut. Using my hips. My hip movement knocks their sword away. So I'm not physically looking for it, because if you physically look for it, you're going to lose your own posture. So 1, cut. And it goes above the head, 1, cut. Oh. 1, cut. And the next movement, Kashimen. So, Kashimen, we use the flat of the blade. So we're here, flat of the blade, cutting. And what I'm doing, I'm stepping off line, elbows are in, flat of the blade, which is deflecting their sword. As I come round, as my foot lands, this is when the end of my sword cuts. So, from here, as I move forward, cut. It's solid, the cut is solid. So from here, I'm moving forward, they're going to cut, I move forward off line. I must go off line or so I'm going to get hit. 1. Don't leave the elbows out either, so when we're doing this, we don't want the elbows out, because if you do make a mistake, you mistime this, that wooden sword's going to hit your arm. It's a good way to learn. But rather than hit your arm, flat of the blade, cut. And the cut comes from above the head as well, so it's flat on the blade, cut. From here, one, cut. Nice and solid. Next movement, so from here I'm pushing my opponent forward, so we're tip to tip and I push. 1, 2, 3. I then come to here, just got to watch my lights, I then come to here, so sword not upright, because if we go upright the arms will naturally come out, so we need the sword here. Then as I step, I'll be blocking 1, 2, 3, 4, solid wrists, 5. So from here push, 1, 2, big push, 3. I come to here, so that it's going to cut to my thigh, so 1, block, so I block. They come under, aiming for the badge, then I aim for this badge this time, I come under this way, and from here, block, cut. So one more, 1, 2, 3. So we're here, block, 4. Now the other roll, so from here I'll be coming up, cut into that thigh, stab, stab, I'll come back slightly, but stab, and from here, cut, and then I cut again, they come round and cut me. So once again, I'll be here. Obviously I'm limited to room. I'll be here, so this comes up, cut, thrust, thrust. I attack with a attack to the temple, then I'm coming up to attack the other side. They come round and cut me. So when we finish, so we've been going through some techniques. So we went through the Haji Waza techniques, which is elbow techniques. So just to recap, Osh Te Osh, with the Gash, Hiki Stay Osh, Udigarami, Wakikatami. So after Haji Waza, we practiced Takubi Waza. So Takubi Waza wrist techniques. So the first one is Kotaneri. So Kotaneri is very similar to Osh Te Osh. The difference is we're going for the wrist. So in Osh Te Osh we go for this, we go for the forearm. So if you can imagine this is a hand, in Kotaneri we're going for the hand. So we're applying a twist onto the, getting this action with the hand, applying a twist with the hand. This comes to the elbow, driving forward, and the difference is this time it's inside of knee. But the initial first action is much the same. So we're here, locking on, twisting this, coming over, keeping the control, and then from here, inside of knee, and locking. So this is the elbow, and we control. So once again, so from here, moving, over we go, inside the knee, locking. So left side, So here, locking there, inside of knee, locking the joint. So next technique we follow on, doing the same movement. So catenary grip, move off line, turn, we're applying Kota Gash. The Kota Gash is this sort of lock. So if you can imagine, there's the wrist. I maintain that grip on the hand. I'm feeling the pressure, so they're going to do that and then they're going to drop. So here, as they drop, I move out, keeping my centre line, turning. They do the overarm break full, then I finish locking the wrist. Now whether this bends enough, I don't know, but we're here, trying to do catenary. They drop the elbow, so I come through. Kota Gash, so they're falling over, and from here I finish with the lock. Just change the angle slightly. So 1, 2, so moving out, locking, and then locking again for the finish. So 1, 2, 3, and then when I finish, lock. So a very important point is kuzushi, breaking the balance. So we start to apply kuzushi here. They know what's happening, so they resist. So we take that resistance and use it against them. So we move out this way. And we turn the Kota Gash and keep it low. Has to be low. If you start putting Kota Gash on here, it doesn't work. The lower the better. So 1, low. Locking, finish. Now, important point, some people miss this. They do a Kota Gash like this. Problem is, you're going to fall over. You need to get that back leg so you're strong when you're throwing. You've got a good strong posture. And then when we finish, nice strong posture. So if you're throwing like this, you can be pulled on top of your opponent. So left side, so we're here, moving, turning, and finish. One more technique, this is Tenkai Catenary. So if you can imagine, they're here. So this is their wrist. So what I'm doing is 1, 2, hip turn, and I lock and finish. So to do traditional Aikido, it's a Senkyo type technique. So from here, I'm not trying to grasp, I'm not doing a hard grip. All I'm doing, I'm meeting, and this is loose. 1, 2. Then we grip, hip turn, so we're putting the lock on. So the lock would be like this. 1, 2, lock goes on, control, finish. So we go this way, so 1, 2, slightly off line, hip turn, down, controlling, and the wrist lock is on. So it's not there, it's there all the way down. Keeping that control on all the way. Right, thank you. That concludes my class for today. As I stated earlier, if you like what we do, please subscribe to our YouTube page, or if this is on Facebook, give us a like. Our outside or outdoor classes that are going to take place on a Tuesday and a Saturday. People are welcome to come along and attend. That'll be free of charge. Obviously, once we get into our dojo, we can't do things free of charge because we have to pay rent. But while we're outside, we're happy to do that. Thank you very much.